September 19th, beyond all asking. If you try to understand love before being held, you will never feel compassion. I have a hair on my lip. Got it. There was a boy who knew how to make others relax by his friendly talk, and once they relaxed, he'd ask his many questions, but he always went home alone. The next day, he'd talk some more, and sooner or later, he would always get to the questions of love, colorful questions that would stretch and spread and fall just like leaves. He lived this way for many years, and the deep asking opened his heart of questions. The space of his heart grew very wide, and people would come and go like birds in the orchard of his questions. That was his heart. But once everyone left, he was alone with all he knew. One day there was a vibrant being who would not enter the orchard of his questions. No matter how friendly he was, she wouldn't answer him. She simply fluttered close and held him, then waited in the world. It took the boy a long time, for he was now covered with the bark of a man, but he wanted to be held, and so, uprooting himself, he left the shade of his own heart and began to live. There's a kid present again. What? Maybe. Okay. Close the door. Mindful moment. Right here. While breathing deeply, consider the ways you prepare yourself to be loved. With each in-breath, lift up your prerequisites to being held. With each out-breath, let go of all that is unnecessary. Breathe slowly and begin to allow yourself to be held by the very air. This dude is definitely a poet. He's definitely a poet. Man. I don't even really have much to say to all this today, because think about that. This makes me think of people who are really so prepared to love somehow. Like they're very mature in their emotions. And now I have children screaming in the background. They're very mature in their emotions and their cognitive awareness of love, but don't really move into it, or don't really allow themselves to be loved. It's like there's this wall, and like they've read all the books, they've watched all the tutorials, but there's not the experience of being in love, you know, when you love someone and they love you back, and there's that unity and harmony. So that's what I think he's talking about. I could be off my rocker. That's what it sounds like, but it sounds like a woman finally came along that was able to pull him into actual love, and not just the knowledge of love, or to pull him into the understanding of love, not just the knowledge of love. Does that make sense? That's what it feels like to me. But again, I'm not a poet. I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you are living more intentionally, and I hope I see you tomorrow. Bye.